Alright.
The Emerald Dream will serve as fuel for the Firelands!
Smolderon dares to claim this realm as his own? We will stop him.
So I actually don't remember if I actually read the journal. Maybe I did. I think I did, actually. So, anyways. Yeah. So this is the wing that emphasizes the Firelands. As you just heard Smolderon say, I will claim this place for the Firelands!
I need to get closer.
Of course, the Core Hound is immune to my CC. Love it. Absolutely love it. And of course it causes the big fear. What is this, Molten Core? Oh my goodness. That's right, pull everything! Wow. I will say, the idea of doing Blade Dance and getting my Blade Dance dot along with the Throw Glaive, which then applies the other dots that it has from that talent, does seem pretty nice.
I'm out of range.
When it's a whole bunch of mobs. Again, I usually like to build my Demon Hunter build in a way that incorporates fighting lots of enemies, you know. I think I tend to do better when I'm facing lots of trash as opposed to one single target. Now, I know there's a single target build, I just haven't really sat down and figured out what it is for this set and this new version of Havoc. But it's something that I'm sure I'll figure out over time, considering that we're going to be doing this for the next several months. Possibly even the next year. Since they did say that they were kind of looking at a window for War Within to come out
too far away.
Next fall, which is a year from now, so...
I'm out of range.
Sure, let's just pull it. Let's just get this guy over here. Why not? Let's do it.
I'm out of range.
It's LFR! Pull everything! So yeah, it looks like because it's applying that dot. So for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, yeah, there's a talent here called Soul Scar, where every time you throw glaive.
Fire has a voracious appetite, but it pales in comparison to the hunger of Volcaros.
I just love how Smolderon just shouts everything he says. Go ahead and get my food buff here. So, Volcaros. It is said that Volcaros, the lava serpent, is so vast that no creature has lived long enough to see him in his entirety. The gargantuan viper now coils himself around the Emerald Dream to devour it whole. And he has a giant tail, which he smashes like the tentacles in the Carapace of N'Zoth fight, which some people apparently didn't do, since they just I think they just got squished by it. But that is actually one of the mechanics of the fight here. So, as usual, it's like, oh, okay, they're doing the thing where it's like, hey, guess what? You know, I hope you're paying attention to what's going on here, because it's part of the upcoming boss fight. But yeah, look at that. Look at it actually apply the Soul Scar dot to all those enemies when I do Blade Dance, because of the fact that this tier set has, you know, that thing, and it incorporates this talent here where it causes them to take an additional 100% of damage dealt as chaos over 6 seconds. So that is clearly working when I don't have to use Throw Glaive. I'm just doing Blade Dance. Haha, you all got knocked into the lava. Haha. I joke. And then Volcross look at me, he's like, yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah, we're gonna have some fun tonight. Yeah, I'm just swaying back and forth, I'm dancing. Oh yeah. I just love that that's how he looks like. He looks like he's just having fun, just having a good time, listening to music. Every little thing is gonna be alright. That looks like that's what he's like listening to. He's just dancing to every little thing. He just looks like he's having a good time. He's like, yeah, yeah, we're gonna have some fun tonight. Oh, okay. I feel like it is now becoming a constant thing. Who jack-o'-lanterned me? It is now becoming a constant thing to just reset the boss, even if you don't need to. It's like, why did we reset the boss? I don't know. So this is one of those fights where it's like, yep, we have to make sure we do this right, otherwise we'll run out of space and time to take this boss down. But this is, like I was saying, this is going to make me go, what am I going to have to take out here in order to buff my tier set? Like, I feel like I need to get Accelerated Blade, because the fact that it's saying it now does 60% increased damage. Like, any talents here that really buff Throw Glaive, I feel like is something I should be taking to buff it, because, yeah, you know, why wouldn't I? So also, when it comes to doing this fight, one of the things that we actually need to do is make sure that we are able to split and handle this fight on 2 sides. Now, I need to get out of the group here because of that circle I have. Move! Don't get squished by that. And I think they did. Or maybe they died to something else. But we already have a few people dead. I'm just picturing them just standing there like, oh, what's that shadow? Squish!
Watch your feet. Watch your step. Crash.
Oh gosh. Well, the pets can stand there and they'll be fine. Now here's what I'm wondering. They didn't take out the soak mechanic here in LFR, did they? I think they did. Alright, so it looks like they actually took out the soak mechanic in the LFR fight. So, alright, so since I can't show it to you guys here, there's a mechanic where he will go down and he will shoot 2 circles. Oh, no, never mind. Here they are, right here. We have to soak these. Now, when we do, it's now going to cover up this area and it's going to spread out. We now can't fight there. So now we have to keep moving this direction to our left because it's going to keep spreading, especially every time we do the soak. So I spoke too soon. I just wasn't expecting it to take that long to happen. Here's the tail again. Now, the person with the flames there needs to get out of the group. But you can see that it keeps spreading outward. So that's why it's like when we do the soak, we have to make sure we do it right because, well, yeah. And this is why it becomes kind of a DPS check on high, you know, especially for higher difficulties. Because we're eventually going to run out of real estate for this fight, right? So because of that, you definitely want to make sure that you are doing this in a way that's going to be like, okay, we got to make sure we, you know, we got to soak these now. Soak, soak, soak. I'm dropping darkness. just in case, because I didn't want to single soak that, because I probably would have died. We already lost a tank already.
Watch your
Flames
step.
out of the group.
Watch your step. Crash.
Look at that, Blade Dance just sent out the couple of glaives. And I wonder if maybe when you take all the talents that buff Throw Glaive, if that's supposed to be what helps make this tier set really strong. Of course, the other thing is that every time Throw Glaive reduces, it goes out, it reduces the cooldown of the hunt. And the damage over time lasts longer. So it not only emphasizes Throw Glaive, but it's also going to emphasize the hunt.
Watch your step. Crash.
Which I do really like, so...
What have you done? Not even ash will remain when I finish with you!
Which is amusing since we've already killed him in LFR, but whatever. 444 wrists. And I only have previous season ones, so... yeah, sure. That way I can also upgrade them. Nah, never mind. Didn't win the roll. Okay, whatever. Alright, now we're heading this way. To Larry! I love it when we decide to go ahead and give nicknames to some of these bosses. Because some people don't know how to say his name. You know, like, Larodar, Keeper of the Flame, and yet we're just calling him Larry.
The age of dreaming comes to an end.
So you guys remember Larodar, right?
It will be the ember that burns the world. Bear witness to the purity of flame and be consumed.
So, if you recall, Larodar was the guy we saw when we were spying on both Farak and Viranoth, and he was trying to convince Viranoth about what he was doing. Farak, I mean. So that's when he created Larodar. Now Larodar is here. Once a faithful protector of the Grove, Larodar succumbed to the power of flame. Now the Twisted Guardian is bent on reducing the dream and any who stand in his way to ash. Like that dryad over there. Turn to ash. There are enforcers over here that I'm surprised we haven't pulled yet. Including the Harbinger of Incineration. I also like how there's plenty of people that are still making their way over here. Probably because I think they died in the last fight. Some of them are still dead. Why are you guys taking forever to release? Like, seriously. I know this is LFR, but come on, guys. Get up! Wake up already!
I need to get closer.
So this fight, I'll be honest, when we did this, I wasn't too fond of this fight. I think it's partly because, as a melee DPS, this is not really a fight for me. This is not really a fight that's kind of like reliant on me doing the things right for this fight to go well. This is what I would refer to as a healer fight, but what I mean by that is, this is one of those fights where the healers have more to do rather than just heal us. They have stuff to heal in this fight, which is crucial for us to actually win this fight. So it's much more so on the healers for us to succeed in this fight than it is for, you know, us in other roles, like, in my case, melee DPS. Like, also, you see this, you know, this black charred smoky area here? This is going to cover a large portion of the arena here for the fight. I can't really stand on this. See? I take quite a bit of damage from doing that. So, because of that, it limits what I can do in this fight, because he's going to charge out in that area quite often, because it's part of the tank mechanic to get them, or for them to get him to charge out there. So it's much more so on the range DPS to DPS him when that happens, because I can't really go out here and attack him when he's out there. The only thing I can really do is help DPS the adds, And then it's up to the healers to heal up the stuff we need them to heal in order for us to get a special shield to save us from the mechanic he uses that basically can wipe the entire raid if we don't create the shield. So I guess from my standpoint as playing as a melee DPS character right now, this is not really that fun of a fight for me. See that big AoE he just did right there? That's what he can kill all of us.
Scatter your remains across the Firelands.
So yeah, this stuff is going to expand quite a bit. So you can see I'm taking 55,000 damage every second. So yeah. So hopefully the healers are aware of that, and hopefully, you know, because if they don't, we're just going to wipe. That's just how simple it is. If we don't DPS the ads fast enough, and then the healers don't heal it fast enough to get the shield up, we're dead. That's just how it is.
Will be Guardians, protect me.
So here are the treants. So these are the ads we have to DPS down. Now the healers have to heal them. They also are trying to heal up that seed over there. You can see the energy there. So yeah, the healers have to heal those things. And there it is right there. The tanks have him charge out there. But again, I can't stand on this stuff because it does damage to me. So I can't really go out there and attack him. So I'm kind of limited in terms of what I can do in this fight because of the lack of space I can do. Plus, and now I do have to DPS these roots.
Target you.
And I am now rooted myself. So the roots are down.
Protects the faithful.
And the brambles, you can see the healing energy up there for the seed.
Furious charge.
So he does the charge, which the tank has to lead him out there to do. So here's the shield that we now have to stand behind in order to be able to survive.
Flame protects the faithful.
Help soak. Prime shield. 3, 2, 1.
Nope. So yeah, we need that in order to survive that mechanic. Now maybe on LFR it's very weak or nerfed, but like we experienced it the first time we were doing this fight where we did not get that shield up and it was like, yep, no, that's a wipe.
Help soak.
But that's why we have to get these things down in order to be able to have the healers do what they can to be able to get that shield up so we can survive the fight. So you can see why, like, from my perspective, I'm just like, this is probably not one of the fights I'm going to fondly remember, at least from the perspective of the Demon Hunter. Now, maybe when I try this fight out on other classes, maybe it'll be a bit more fun of a fight, I don't know. Whether it be a ranged DPS or even as a tank when I try this on my tank spec characters, but we'll see. I'm also curious how this is going to go when we do this on Heroic, because, again, we've only done this on Normal. We're going to try to do more Normal clear tonight. Like, you know, it's going to be, I don't know, a bit of a while, maybe. I honestly don't know when our raid leader plans to have us start working on Heroic, but let's just say, like, for now, we're going to try to just focus on getting to know these fights down on Normal before we start learning the Heroic mechanics.
Furious charge.
Now, of course, it is Thanksgiving week, you know, so a good number of us are just not going to be available to have our second raid night tomorrow because it's Thanksgiving, so. But then again, quite a few of them are also going to be completely fine because, you know, a number of our people in raid are Canadian and don't celebrate, you know, the state's Thanksgiving. They have their own Thanksgiving to celebrate.
Phase 2. Help soak.
In fire.
Smoldering backdraft.
At least those take a while to fall to the ground.
What is born of fire can never be extinguished.
So here are more of the treants that we have to DPS down and slow down as well.
Help, sir.
In fire, reduced to
Smoldering backdraft.
Watch your step.
Firewall.
There's one treant, he's still out here.
Help, sir.
in fire.
Ashen Call.
Whoa! Oh my gosh, whoa! I was trying to soak this and it kept knocking me away.
Fire.
Help, sir.
Reduced to
Alright, at this point we just gotta like focus the boss.
Smoldering backdraft.
Like look, just melt the boss.
Watch your
Firewall.
step.
Hey, he dropped the Hearthstone.
He was twisted beyond redemption, but we will mourn him still. Thankfully, the seed of life remains unharmed. Take care, champions. The seed of life is volatile in mortal hands.
Probably didn't need to roll need on this.
With the power of this seed, Amirdrassil will be defended. Firok will not succeed.
The other rests within a hallowed sanctum. Retrieving it will be difficult.
So yeah, we saved that seed from Larodar in order to use it to help progress and defend, which we, you know. Alright, so that other person won it. Okay, I'm cool with that. So yeah, that's the second wing of LFR. That's Larry, as people have dubbed him. Yeah, not really one of my favorite fights, but hey, he drops that Hearthstone, which I do want, so I look forward to farming this guy just to get that Hearthstone. So, anyways, yeah. So, I believe the next wing of LFR will be the nature side, which will include the Council of the Dreams and... I mispronounced this boss's name. I thought it was Naimu, but apparently it's Nimue. Whatever. So, yeah, we'll talk about those fights when we get there. Stay tuned!